Hey guys, this is Tanner with Team Lodge. We're here today to talk to you about our lift and lower feature on our single axle hand crank trailers. So this is going to be standard across our Extreme Light, our Junior, our Outlander, and our Milo trailers. Let's take a look. So at each of the pivot locations, you're going to have three key things. You're going to have the winch and the cable, you're going to have the through pin that pins to either the tongue or the leaf spring, and you're going to have the safety pin. Let's take a look and see. So the first thing you're going to notice when you come up to the Team Lodge trailer, a single axle crank, is that the cable is going to be loose. Now this should be loose on the tongue and on both axles. So what we're going to do to lower this trailer is we're going to make sure our feet are away from the trailer, our hands are kind of out of the way from stuff falling. We're going to tighten this cable up. Now you can see it's tight, and we're going to pull this safety pin. So all of these winches have safety latches, so we're going to get this tight again. And we're going to pull the pin out. As you can see, this trailer will sit just like this with the safety latch. We're going to put these off to the side, and then we're going to flip it to the lowering position, and we're going to slowly lower the trailer. Just like that, we're on the ground. It's pretty easy. Now let's hop over to the axles. So now we're over into the axle portion of the trailer. So one thing that we always do is we're gonna lower the front first, and then we're gonna move to the axles. So I'm again gonna pull my safety pin out, and then I'm gonna tighten up the cable. What you're gonna notice is that the pivot arm of the trailer is gonna pull down, and it's gonna release tension on the leaf spring. Now I got it tight. Pull this out. And the trailers are convenient, have convenient spaces to put the pins. Now that it's up, again, it'll sit, it's locked in place. I'm gonna flip it the other way and slowly lower the trailer. On the first side, I'm only going to go down halfway. This is going to allow me to see if I'm going to need to add leveling blocks in a camping situation, or just for safety purposes, we don't want to lower the trailer all to one side. So now we're going to flip over to the other side and lower that side all the way. So front first, 50% on the one side, 100% on the other, come back, lower it the rest of the way. So again, now we've moved over to the other side. We're going to pull the safety pin out, put it in a safe place. We're going to put tension on the cable. Pull out on the pin. Flip it down. And we're going to lower this side 100% of the way, so all the way to the ground. Now the trailer's all the way on the ground. You're going to have slack in your cables and be able to move it easily. So now that we're back to the side that we lowered first, about 50%, we're going to go the rest of the way. Again, we got slack in our cables, and just like that, in about 2 minutes time, you're sitting flat on the ground. So each of these winches on the tongue or on each axle is a 2-speed winch, so the handle can be removed. You're gonna have one that's gonna be low revolution, high torque, and you're gonna have another one that's a lot of revolutions and very low torque. So that's a personal preference thing. Personally for me, I just wanna go get the work done and get the trailer up or down. So I'll put it on the low revolution, high torque setting. Okay, so a couple things to note when lifting and lowering the trailer is the tongue is always going to be first and last. So the first thing to touch the ground is the tongue. Then we're gonna do 50% of one side, 100% of the other, move back to 50% on the other side. So you get them all the way on the ground. On the way back up, we're gonna do the same thing. 50% of the way up, 100%, and then the other 50, and then we're gonna move to the tongue. So again, tongue is first and last, always. Some of the other things that need to be noted, always keep your hands and feet out from underneath the trailer and out of the way of the cables, and then don't ever let your winch free spool. It's just a safety concern and a hazard, and can hurt the winches and the trailer itself. So a couple things to note, but that's a walkover and a walkthrough of how to lift and lower each Team Lodge hand crank single axle trailer.